Alright, welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Trails Beyond the Horizon with Telethor. I swear we're going to get to the end of this chapter sooner or later. But we're wrapping up in Old Town now. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. How close do you think we are to the end of this? How far into the game do you think we are? What do you think's around the corner of the next chapter? Let me know. If you have any theories about how things are going to turn out, let me know. Oh, what have I been doing with my life? I must repent for misleading everyone with my spurious stories. Is this a confession? I've got to bend my ears to every last word. The problem is, even I don't understand why I tell these tall tales. They simply well up in my brain like a spout of water gushing out of a fountain. Your head gushes like a fountain? That sounds awfully messy. Surely this is the will of Adios. Surely it's what she wishes for me to flabbergast people so. Well, it certainly is flabbergasting. The goddess works in such spectacular ways. Oh, don't encourage her. Seriously? You just might have more of a gift for this than me. Is that right? I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. What is this? A crazy talking contest? Ain't even on the same book, let alone the same page. Another peaceful day in Old Town.
Okay.
How galling, letting myself get so outclassed. But this tank still got gas left to give. I can't afford to throw in the towel so easily. There's just no breaking Natalia's spirit, is there? This is my first time serving as a confessor. Oh, it has me all kinds of discombobulated. I've got to bend my ears to every last word. Keep that scattered brain in check, Sister Miria.
Search time.
Yes, please keep that scattered brain in check. As the space program's climax approaches, gears of all sorts seem to be turning outside the capital. And within the church as well. But even so, what I must do remains unchanged. As a priest, I will stand shoulder to shoulder with the people of Old Town, for that is my duty as a messenger of the goddess grace and benevolence. Father Nikolai probably has a decent grasp of what's going down, given his connections. Would love to pick his brain about it, but we can save that for another time. Now then, I do believe it is time to make my daily journal entry. May Adios' blessings be upon this city and the dearly beloved who inhabit it. Yes. At least somebody ought to sound holier than somebody else. Eddy and Brazelia dropped by not too long ago. I told him off for taking such a young lady around with him at this time of night. But before I knew it, we were chatting and jawing like no tomorrow. Maybe the faux pas was actually mine for nagging at him like that. Keep it together, Eddy. It's a good girl you've brought into your life. My boy's been through a real rough patch, getting in with the wrong crowd, rebelling over this and that. But maybe there's no need for me to nag him on how he lives his life anymore. Keep it together, Eddy. You take good care of that young lady. We'll see if it goes in that direction. It might, but Not necessarily. Oh, out of curiosity, Luke, do you remember the promise I made you way back when? If you don't have a girlfriend by age 30, I'll fill the spot? That one? Word for word, even. Yeah, though I'm not 30 yet. Right. Don't tell me she thought that was smooth. And did you hear him so what her about it? Oh dear. It's almost frustrating to see. Yeah, you don't want to talk. It's only 5 years away now, huh? Me being 30? Yeah. Yep. Sure is.
Now where?
Yeah. Anybody in here?
Not this way.
Nope. Nope. Also nope.
Whoops.
Nope. Okay. Jumping the gun. Don't jump the gun. Means we gotta go check out. Hey, Eddie.
What's it gonna be?
A little bit of chill. That's what it's gonna be. A little
Later.
bit of chill. But have we made all of these? Quick check. Yes, we've made all of those. Have we written all of our blogs? No, we have not.
This one's getting posted.
A cheese foam adds the perfect hint of sweet, plus a mellowness that kicks up a notch once the ice melts. It's fresh in a totally different way from a fruit-based frappe. Basil, nothing. Yeah. Darbat, also nothing. Okay. We got so lost in conversation that the hours just flew right by. Thank you for walking me over, Eddy. I can go home now. Mr. Rumsfeld is here. I swear my old lady was having the time of her life, yapping our ears off. Sorry, you're probably wiped out after today, huh? Get home and rest up, Berzelia. Of course. Wait, what happened to Burzy? Oh, the young Miss Reaction speaks volumes. Well, I'm sure it'll be all right. With that, we take our leave. Do you mind the time on your future outings, Eddy? Sure. You can hold me to that. Thanks a bunch, Rumsfeld. We dropped in on my old lady after a little wrap-up dinner, and time just slipped away. Wound up putting Rumsfeld out because of it, but that's just another lesson for me to learn from. I gotta set today's screw-up straight, bring the same heat tomorrow. That Eddy. But so be it. I still had a great deal of fun helping him out with his store today. It was very educational, too. I wonder if he'd mind my doing the same tomorrow. Miss Berzelia has truly grown into her own. Eddy notified me ahead of time, so I will excuse the late hour this once. Moreover, this would appear to coincide perfectly with the President's return home. Though it won't be for long, we may be able to arrange for a private father-daughter conversation. Well then. Is that it? That is everybody, so check the board.
All right.
Bulletin board is strewn with notes and requests. Are there any requests or information of note? No, it doesn't look like it. Damn. Look at you, trying to beat me to the punch, reading off the requests. What can I say? As your number one assistant, I like to stay on top of things. Wait, hold on. There's something else here. It's a note that has SPG written on it. A piece of paper with the message, "Thanks SPG," is attached to the bulletin board. Huh. Probably just a little token of appreciation from a former client. I get this kind of thing from time to time. It's a nice gesture, but all I really care about is whether their check's clear. You say that, but I have a sneaking suspicion you're happy to see messages like this deep down. That little grin on your face makes that plain as day. I mean, sure, I get some satisfaction from it, but you've become awfully comfortable speaking your mind around me, haven't you? Anyway, I think we can do one quick round of Old Town. Want to go to the rooftop and take in the view after that? Yes. Afterwards is totally fine by me. That might be the perfect time. Oh, yes. What are you after? However, let's take you back to the standard and back there. On yes. Uniform without blazer. Yeah, we'll go back to that. All right. How you doing, birdies? Swallows are sleeping. They seem to be sound asleep. Yep, they sure went through it today. The chicks are getting stronger. By the time we get back here, they'll probably have flown the coop. We'll just have to look forward to it.
Figured we'd have to wait till after we got back to get a good view here. But would you look at that? Not a single cloud in the sky. Hard to believe we're still in Edith, seeing this many stars out.
It really is something, huh? And the moon. There it is. Looks pretty big. I imagine it'll be full in maybe 2 days or so.
Yep, it's gonna line up perfectly with the rocket launch. Oh, hey, check it out. Air's so clear tonight, you can see the tower glowing away over there.
Huh?
Place symbolizes your family's bond. I remember that right? We went and hopped on the Ferris wheel earlier, but maybe we should have gone up there instead.
Don't worry about it. I know that everywhere you took me to tonight was somewhere you knew would make me happy. After all, That's just your way of doing things, Van.
Man, you really are getting harder and harder to tease.
That's all thanks to you and everyone else teaching me so much. I've said it plenty of times before, but it bears repeating. For helping me search for the Genesees, letting me work as your part-time assistant, and now, for letting me join you tonight and indulging my selfish request. I'm really, truly grateful. It was a lovely present. I'm so happy I got to spend such a magical evening together with you. And so, I'll say it again and again. Thank you for everything, Van.
You've got a lot left to learn if you're letting your employer trick you into pulling the night shift for no pay. Plus, if you go around talking about how magical things were on a first date, you're gonna end up looking like an easy target. Though, I guess a bit of heartache while you're young is valuable life experience, so...
Then, please, let me gain some life experience.
Huh?
Do we have to?
When we first met, my impression of you was, wow, he is so rude. And, well, you treated me like some clueless student who had absolutely no business even talking to you. You got the looks of a grown woman. I still can't believe you said that.
You got it. Though I think anybody who lives in Edith would recognize it. Yeah, the first year part's just my gut. You sure got the looks of a grown woman, but the way you carry yourself says it all.
I beg your pardon? But before long, I realized it was all just an act to keep a girl like me away from the shadowy world you worked in. Having traveled with you all this time, I know you can be a bit sneaky. But I also know that, in your own unique way, you do everything you can to be there for everyone you meet. I think that was probably what sparked it. Eventually, I couldn't take my eyes off you anymore.
Anya...
I'm in love with you, Van. I won't even be 17 for a couple days. I'm still a student, and I'm sure I'm just a child in your eyes. And beyond all that, I don't think I'm even close to being your equal. Even so, I decided since I was already being selfish, I may as well tell you my feelings too. I love you, Van. I truly love you.
Turn around and walk away.
My instinct's to crack a joke when things get heavy. But I can't really do that this time around, huh? You shine so bright, you damn near blind me. No matter how I look at you, I can't see you as a kid. And I'm not talking about your figure this time.
What was that?
Sorry. Guess I'm just a little bit flustered myself. It okay if I just be honest with you here?
Of course. Don't hold back.
See, the thing is, you're real special to me, too. After all that crap happened when I was a kid, I felt like I couldn't fit in and ended up just running away from it all. Despite everyone who'd helped me, I just got it in my head that life was something to be lived alone. But then you showed up and barged your way into my world on Yes, my very first assistant. And somewhere along the way, you opened the door for so many new people to enter my life too. I think it's also thanks to you that I was able to reconnect with Elaine and Renee and rebuild those relationships.
Oh.
Hold on, let me finish. And then, after all the pandemonium stuff, you led the charge to slap the sense back into me. At the end of last year, I was sure everyone would leave me be and go their separate ways, but you went and beat me over the head till I realized otherwise.
Sorry about that. It was a little underhanded of me.
Damn right it was. But, well, what I'm getting at here is, for someone who's so special to me, to have such strong feelings for me, it makes me happy, stunned, scared, fulfilled, and, to be frank, a little embarrassed all at once. But I'm sorry, Agnes. I can't return those feelings of yours.
Good.
Just one thing. It's not because you already have Elaine, right?
Can't say she's got nothing to do with it. And if I'm being honest, there are times when I'm just not sure how I should interact with her. She's someone I've hurt deeply in the past, and I don't know if I can ever make up for that. Because despite everything, the root cause of the problem still hasn't been fixed. But either way, fact is that Elaine's not the reason I gave you the answer I did. Honestly, there are a ton of reasons I could give you. Like you still being in school, or me being your boss. But I just can't see you as a romantic partner. That's the only real answer I can give you right now.
Thank you very much for not dodging the question and for giving me a proper answer. I'm glad I took this step. It was worth it.
Good to hear.
Ugh. Damn it, Van! You should have just dropped your cool stoic act and made your move on me ages ago. Then you could also date Elaine at the same time without saying anything and just be a two-timing scumbag.
Hell are you talking about?
While you're at it, you could throw in Reset, Judith, Ren, and let's say Sara, too. Then, by the time you make a move on Shizuna, the rest of us could find out and all strangle you together.
Hey, what kind of guy you think I am?
But seriously, Van, if it's at all possible, I'd really like to see you take a step forward of your own.
Huh?
Putting me aside for a second, well, you haven't taken that first step with anyone yet, have you? If you did end up dating someone, well, I'd probably cry my eyes out for 2.5 days.
That's pretty specific.
But after that, I think I could accept it and be happy for you. So it would all balance out in the end. But if you keep being indecisive, a certain stubborn girl might just come after you again. I won't say who that girl may be exactly, but apparently it took her mom 12 whole years to win over her dad. Oh hey, come to think of it, after tomorrow we'll be 8 years apart, just like the two of them.
Hey, don't make such a detailed and realistic threat like that.
Okay, now, that was incredibly well written. And that is why I like Trails.
I'll be by your dorm at 8 tomorrow to pick you up. Don't you or Ren oversleep. You got that?
Got it. I'm sure she's still awake, so I'll let her know once I get back. I'm sure she'll be very interested to know how things turned out tonight.
Gah.
I hope you can get a good night's sleep yourself, Van. And if anything changes with Yorda, please let me know. Well then.
Yeah.
Van?
Nah. It's nothing. See you bright and early tomorrow. Stay safe on your way home.
I will. Good night, Van.
The train bound for the Aubert district will soon be arriving at platform 2. Please stay behind the white line.
Even though it's this late, you're not giving her a ride home yourself?
Hi, Ren.
Some stuff happened. Even I'm not so insensitive that I'd put her through that. You on your way back from dropping Judith off?
Yes, that's right.
Oh no, Nina.
Didn't get the chance to tell you so earlier, but that dress rehearsal of yours was incredible. Just like Miss Dancer said, I can only imagine how breathtaking it'll be to see the whole thing start to finish.
Thank you for saying so. I'm pretty confident in my performance this time around. It doesn't really change the fact that I'm cheating as an actress. But I decided to take your advice and not worry about it.
Glad to hear it. If I'm remembering right, it's got something to do with your eyes, yeah?
You're as sharp as ever. At the moment, I've lent one of them out, but these eyes let me gaze through past, present, and future, to some extent.
Lent one of them out.
For example, they can resonate with the memory of a location or a person's past and draw it out, allowing the experience to be relived. The false eyes of truth. The Akashic eyes. That's the name Her Holiness bestowed upon them.
Orestes II, huh? Way I hear it, she's still full of pep, despite being well into her 80s.
Yes, she's one of my benefactors, and also my foster parent. When it comes to my eyes, though, there's someone else I'm indebted to. That other benefactor I mentioned yesterday.
That's so. I can guess who that might have been, and also who she loaned her other eye out to. So, this an official warning then? Or just some friendly advice?
I'm not telling you this on the church's orders. Even my eye can't see what exactly is going on over in Inkerville. And neither the Grossritter nor Iscariot are able to divert any manpower to investigate the area. I just wanted to tell you to be careful. Your foes are hollow, but even so, they're strong. Also, figuring out why they call themselves vestiges will probably be the biggest clue to understanding who they really are.
Got it. Thanks for the heads up. I'm sure you've got a lot of stuff going on over on your end of things, but try not to overdo it. You got me? Wouldn't want to see any of my assistants crying their eyes out.
I agree. That's not something I want either. Though I'm afraid that might be a bit tough to avoid. Good night, Van. For tonight, at least, I wish you pleasant dreams. Oh, and if you could, please tell Judith not to stay up so late all the time.
So long, Eschaton Saint.
Guess I'm taking the pickup back and then passing along a lecture to Judith. Though after how I handled that, doubt I'll be having any pleasant dreams.
Well
Truly
then.
well done.
1 for clearing the garden. 3 for defeating the monster.
Can't
Hey.
complain with that.
I'm honored.
Of course you are. All right. Well. That's that. And Ouroboros, Ouroboros, Ouroboros.
It's Ouroboros, Myroboros, Ouroboros. Ooh, my day-to-day was packed thick, with at least 3 C's. How about you, chat? See, that side hustle I mentioned last time's finally getting realsy, so I've been on that grind, backing up my work fam. Dealing with so many peeps who call me out for stepping a pinky toe out of line has me on the struggle bus, though. Sad face. But whatevs. With the new hotness that's the rocket launch coming up the day after tomorrow, my hype's ready to shoot me to space with it. Hold up, the day after tomorrow? Bro, it's legit scary how fast time goes when you're not looking. I'm the sort of gremlin who loves to rot in bed till at least noon, though, so it's gonna be another all-nighter for me. And that's because I gotta get back to slaving away in the editing mines. Send those likes my way, and be sure to sub for more.
Right. Band. Well, that's interesting. Ooh. Route 4. Well, we have spent a lot of time with Van recently. So we are definitely going to go with Kevin. On we go. Countdown to Destiny. Act 3. July 10th, 6:40 p.m.
Finally, some rain.
Let's get inside.
Yeah! Rain! Oh, my merchandise.
Don't see this every day.
The evidence found beneath the Basel Observatory is irrefutable. The hour of arbitration approaches. Seeing as both Father Leon and Mother Celise have decided to act of their own accord, however, I doubt I've any need for concern. But if you find yourself in a similar mindset, leaving you unwilling to perform your duty...
No, I'll do what needs to be done. No real reason to worry about them either. They're dominions. They can't turn their backs on their stigmas.
While I'd like to believe this issue limited to just the two of them, I'm not entirely convinced. In any event, I have said all that needs saying. I shall await your final judgment. Keep your guard up, Father Kevin. You're likely to meet with interference in the coming days.
Yeah, understood.
That was the grump from Iscariot, right? The vice captain?
They're heretic hunters. I take it that means there's been some movement over in Basel then.
I think I heard him mention something about a fight there too. Against Celise, Leon, and a few outside forces?
The Thor's alumni, perhaps. I believe they're in Basel at the moment as well. But as for why such a clash took place, well, I assume the answer lies in whatever secrets they found beneath the observatory.
Guess there's a benefit to keeping a bunch of busybodies around. Saves me the trouble of having to explain everything. Jokes aside, though, you're right on the mark. Iscariot's investigating the matter as we speak, meaning I still can't say anything definitive. But just know that her crimes didn't stop at Tharbad. She's been deceiving the whole of Zemuria.
Deceiving, huh? Not really a word I wanted to hear.
I think you can stop dancing around her name already, though. We all know who you're talking about. One of Professor Epstein's 3 disciples. And Katra's grandmother, no less. She even personally helped us out during the Crimson Grendel incident.
Yes.
Professor Latoya Hamilton. She's the heretic you're charged with hunting down, isn't she?
Yeah.
I had assumed that was the case, but it is nonetheless shocking to hear you admit it.
Is it? Can't say I knew her very well personally.
Quite shocking, yes. You see, the 3 disciples are some of the most influential figures in Zemurian history.
Railroads, airships, orbital vehicles, communication devices, weapons, even the manufacturing industry and the orbital network. All foundations of modern society, and only made possible through the work of the 3 disciples. And while it's true that Professor Epstein established the blueprints for these creations, his pupils were the ones to turn concepts into reality. Of the 3, Professor Russell's work was focused largely on orbital technology, and Professor Schmidt found his niche in the military. And then there's Professor Hamilton. Her research is centered primarily on environmental issues, and she's used it to help people the world over. Whether it's improving Northumbria's soils, aiding against both the desertification of the East and the deforestation of the Central East, well, she's done all that and more, which is why so many view her as something of a heavenly mother. Honestly, I thought it was only a matter of time until the church had her canonized as a saint. About that. Wasn't quite sainthood, but the church likes to award septium crests to those who've worked to maintain peace and prosperity in Zemuria. We've tried giving her one a few times now, but she's always turned us down. Ugh, and I can probably guess why, too. Yeah, must have known her actions weren't exactly award-worthy. I think I'm starting to understand why this was so surprising to everyone. But you, I mean, the church has already decided she needs to be executed, right? More or less, yeah. Her fate's not exactly set in stone, but things definitely seem to be headed in that direction. So, what do you kids want to do? Though I doubt I even need to ask. You're right. You don't. All the heretic stuff aside, we want to figure out what she's up to anyway. Yeah, especially knowing that the church is involved, that's like always the first sign of trouble for Zemuria. And we can't turn a blind eye to trouble. That doesn't mean we're committed to your mission till the end. Don't mind lending a hand for a bit, though. Oh, and no worries. I totally won't stab you in the back or anything. Okay. Note to self. Watch your back around Nadia. But seriously, thanks for the help. I'll be counting on you tomorrow. For what? Are we going investigating again? I thought we found everything we needed already. Oh, but I guess there's still that thing they were talking about at the end of the memory.
After all, the way things are now is all due to the unforgivable deception I performed. I replaced what should have been with an observational outcome of my own.
Anyway, you still where I think you are, Professor? I'll head over now.
Thank you. And by the way, I'd like to return to Basel within the day, if I can. I'll open the path once I know you're near.
I imagine they must have been referring to the location where she initially performed this reality shift. Perhaps somewhere more conducive to the feat itself.
Well, wherever that location is, the church hasn't had any luck finding it either. So tomorrow we'll be splitting up to look for clues on our own. Business records, eyewitness testimonies, anything to get us where we need.
I was gonna suggest we get a head start tonight, but that storm outside's looking pretty bad. Doubt it'll be letting up anytime soon.
Actually, according to the recent forecast, the rain should be subsiding in the next few hours. Around 10 p.m., I believe?
Hopefully that means it'll be a little cooler tomorrow.
So, the rain's gonna be clearing up soon, huh?
I see someone's planning a little late-night excursion. Well, as I said before, I'd gladly join you.
Wow. Are you serious right now? Oh, are you finally going to that strip club thing you mentioned?
Maybe you should cover your ears, Lapis.
Look, it's not like I'm going for no reason, all right? Remember Sarah? Apparently, she's gonna be performing as a special guest tonight. Figured it'd be rude if I didn't show up. You know, to support her.
Okay, now tell us why you're really going.
Because I haven't seen strippers in ages, man! Oh, I'm gonna get front row seats so I can tip real big!
Thanks, that's all I needed.
Because I haven't seen strippers in ages, You set me up? Who are you even planning on sending that to? So I can tip real big!
You're the worst, Kevin. Just wait till Ein hears about this.
How the hell do you know so much?
And just for the record, Sarah will actually not be stripping tonight. Instead, she'll be performing in a one-woman burlesque show.
A difference I'm sure her agency likes to stress. Well, just try to come back before midnight, okay?
And make sure you bring back some tasty treats.
Right. Kevin has Nina's eye. It's part of finding out about Professor Hamilton. Out there with Jack, huh? Hi, Hallie. Well, that's some nice jazz. That's dancing music right there. The next day, Count and the others rose bright and early to start their investigation anew. By focusing their efforts on finding info about the construction that took place 20 years ago, they had hoped to find a more concrete lead. Just as they'd foreseen, however, their search proved little help. July 11th, 11:10 a.m.
Don't get me wrong. I'm still a loyal to loyalies kind of gal, but... Man, how moms are giving them a run for their money. I feel so soft and loose. Wonder why? Maybe because my pores are open? Or at least I think that's what they're called. Rosenberg Tech is really something else, huh? But you're right. Feels like the steam's cleaning out each and every one of my pores. Bet my skin'll be so dang smooth after this. S is gonna fall for me all over again. Sounds like things are going great with you two. Oh, and he seems like such a catch. I'm so jealous. Wish I could just pick up a boyfriend from the store or something. Yeah, well, I guess he is pretty great, huh? But come on. You work with movie stars, Hina. You must meet heartthrobs all the time. I mean, yeah, but our agency gets pretty fussy about dating and all that. Plus, some actors are like totally different people behind the scenes. Yeah, no fateful encounters for me. But my sister, on the other hand...
How many times do I have to tell you? Van and I aren't like...
I knew it. Had a hunch ever since Van introduced you to us. Huh. What's going on with Sarah and Van?
Nothing. Don't worry about it, Lapis. He has more than enough people vying for his attention anyway.
Oh, come on! He seems like the sort of guy who likes making things harder for himself. Isn't that the truth? He's like the perfect fusion of all the ways guys get on my nerves. And don't even get me started on those hobbies of his. Anyway, I'll admit I might be rooting for a few others in this race, but that doesn't mean I can't lend an ear to a girl in love now, does it?
Nadia, please.
You know, as jealous as I am of Arkride, starting to feel kind of bad for the guy. Yeah, well, they're not wrong about how he likes making trouble for himself. He shoulders way more than he should. And now he's dealing with trouble in the capital once more. As if the events of the past few months weren't enough. Although, admittedly, our situation is rather complex as well. No kidding. Didn't think we'd have so much trouble finding a lead. It's kind of strange that nobody seems to remember, honestly. I mean, I know it was 20 years ago, but... the best we've got so far is someone saying they saw the professor come to town with a bunch of engineers around the time of the drought. And after a month of observation, the water levels began to rise before finally turning into the oasis we see today. Seeing as there was a budget estimate for construction, there must have been an actual work site somewhere. That was the only thing they documented about the construction, wasn't it? Oh. Correct. due in part to the fact that costs were more modest than anticipated. Neither the city nor otherwise involved parties thought it necessary to concern themselves with the details. Everything seemed well in hand, after all. I guess that's not so surprising. I mean, it'd be one thing if they went over budget. But under? Heard folks were pretty much dancing in the streets because of it. Leftover Miro was apparently used to kickstart the entertainment district, which, in turn, led to the founding of the film festival. But as for how the irrigation work managed to keep so far under budget in the first place, nobody knows. Outside of Professor Hamilton and the handful of engineers who assisted her, that is. Well, looks like we've got our objective for the afternoon, especially now that we know for certain she visited last year. Yep, if we switch our bait, we're bound to catch something. And just in case our luck takes another deep dive, I put out a request for a few tidbits of extra intel, too. Oh, yeah. You met up with Jack at the club last night, right?
My word! I never thought I'd run into you here, Miss Rain.
Your Highness! And Najee, too? Wow! I didn't know you guys were in Tharbad.
I only just arrived via airship, actually.
It's been quite some time, Miss Rain. And it's a pleasure to see you two as well, Miss Sarah, Miss Shahina.
We're here for a meeting about the new film I mentioned yesterday. Oh, that reminds me, actually. Don't you two also have a meeting soon? About your Central East Homecoming show?
We do, yes. I'm still finding it a bit hard to believe, honestly. It's where we emigrated from, so I guess you could call that a homecoming too. Yeah. Nadia? Who are they? Oh, that's right. You haven't met, have you? Well, to start, one of them's a real deal princess.
Oh, you're simply adorable. I'm Gita Osval, Princess of Elsheim. And you must be Miss Lapis. I've heard all about you, you know. Although, you're a bit taller than what was described to me.
Yeah, there's been kind of a lot that's happened since then. Gita and Najee? Oh, what lovely names! I'll give Gita 93 points and Najee 91. 2 high scores?
Oh, I'm honored.
You're too kind, Miss Lapis.
Princess of Elsheim and her guard, huh? Talk about crazy timing. What's up? Given each of our unique circumstances, I'm afraid we're in no position to be speaking with the royal family of Elsheim at the moment. At least, not without proper preparation first. Rather inconvenient, isn't it? You got that right, considering the princess brother was involved in what happened in Basel yesterday. Swin, Rufus, mind calling the girls over? Probably best we get out of here. Just tell them it's time to grab lunch. All that steam left me positively famished. It did wonders for my taste sensors, though. They feel more precise than ever. Mutton kebabs and hummus. Rustic, but with a delicate flavor. And to supplement, a cold mint tea. Perfect for cooling down with. Not often you eat so much, Nadia. Yeah, all that walking we did really worked me up an appetite. Well, eat your fill, kiddo. Anyhow, About this afternoon. We're gonna need to do a few more 4SPGs. Might help us with our recon. Don't see a problem with that, especially now that we actually have Van's permission. By the way, about how we're doing this. We want to limit our search to learning about what Professor Hamilton did here in October, right? Exactly. Considering how unlikely it is we'll be stumbling into the construction site anytime soon, we need to switch tactics. And thanks to the conversation we saw in that memory, we already have a good lead. Our goal right now is to pinpoint where she was when she was talking to Dingo last year. That alone should bring us to the true nature of her crimes. We'll get there one way or another. As the heretic hunter, I swear to you that. All right. Understood. By the way, those gamblers from yesterday were looking into what the princess has been up to, weren't they? Correct. We asked Jack to investigate her for us. A risky endeavor, to be sure, but considering the connection between the professor and Elsheim, one worth taking. Oh, right, because she helped them with their afforestation project. Okay, everyone ready to get to work then? You bet. Any leftovers you cleaned your plate. Figured you'd be used to this by now. Thanks for paying, by the way. Delish. You'd better keep your wallet ready for snack time this afternoon, too. Just you wait. I'll have tried all of Tharbad's finest cuisine before the day is even done. That should prove a wonderful stimulus to your optimization. Feel free to have whatever you please. On his mirror, of course. You guys are downright ruthless. Spears of Ur and Loa. Received lightweight outfits. Oh, I know this number.
A moment of your time, Kevin.
I'm calling with an update on the Grim Garden situation. Neat. That mean there's been some progress? Yes, the 6th domain is now accessible. Given how the others have gone thus far, however. Well, it does feel like we're verging on the heart of the matter over there. So any domain from here on is bound to be a lost cause if we don't put our minds to it. Though at the same time, we've also caught wind of some intriguing leads. Ones that relate to the 6th Anguis goals and Marduk's roots. Can't lie, we might touch on more than we bargained for. But either way, taking back the system is priority number 1. Yes, let's all do whatever we're able. The Grim Garden's 6th domain has been unlocked.
Take a stroll through the cultural district and see if we can't work up an appetite. Keep yourselves hydrated. After it rains, it gets wicked humid. Twice as hot out.
Hey, you got it! Whatever you say, Ma.
What the? I ain't your ma, you little twerp.
Seems like our group's gotten a bit closer already.
All right, we will call that there, officially into the next chapter. I will see you then. Take care.